Object snap tracking is an incredibly helpful drafting setting used to draw relative to existing objects. It works by creating reference lines from existing object snaps that appear at specified angles. You can think of it as polar tracking from a specified object snap. To show how to use them, I'll move this hexagonal nut into the center of the square block here. I'll enable the Move command from the Modify panel, select the hexagon as the object to move, and right-click. I'm now prompted to specify the base point, which will be used as the reference when moving. Since I want the center of the hexagon to be at the center of the square, I'll need to select it as a base point. Unfortunately, there is no circular geometry here to generate a center snap point, so I'll need to track from existing snap points to find the center of the geometry. I'll make sure the Object Snap drafting setting is enabled, and hover over an endpoint at the left tip of the hexagon. After waiting a few seconds, I'll pull away, and a green tracking line appears intersecting with the snap I just moved away from. I'll pull off the line, and notice that the point I was tracking from now has a green cross, indicating that I can track from it. Notice as well that as I move around the drawing area, tracking lines appear every 45 degrees. This is because Object Snap Tracking uses the polar tracking settings. Though note that if I bring up Polar Tracking's tracking settings, I can use the Drafting Settings dialog box to set Object Snap Tracking to only track orthogonally from the selected points. Since tracking from only a single point won't let me find the hexagon's exact center, I'll need to activate an additional object snap to track from. I'll hover over the midpoint of the top line. And now when I move to the center of the hexagon, the cursor snaps to where the tracking lines intersect. I'll click, and the hexagon is now free to move with the cursor attached to its center. To finish the move, I could once again track from a pair of points and place the hexagon at their intersection. But since I know that all sides of this square are 6 units, I can use another method. I'll start by hovering over the top midpoint of the square to track from it, and then move down along the tracking line. Dynamic input updates to show the coordinates relative to the object snap. So when I type 3 and press Enter, the hexagon is moved 3 units from the snap in the direction of the cursor, placing it in the center of the square.